celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national title.
Not once, but twice. 15-0.
And you can't be any more impressive than the way they did it tonight. 65-7. The Bulldogs leave their most abrasive mark of the season.
A lot of grit, a lot of toughness. But the word we use around our place is connection. Every one of our guys know we stay connected, we're hard to beat.
We were hard to beat tonight. That was as good a championship performance as we've seen in any.
Well, nobody likes watching the old highlights of Larry Munson better than myself. I always love those calls he makes, the historic calls, the hobnail boot. We all know what they are. Lindsey Scott, the miracle. And when I watch those highlights, I'm always amazed at why we had to resort to that. For example, the Lindsey Scott Buffalo that kept the 1980 season undefeated, a miracle play. I mean, you see how fast Lindsey Scott was. And there was only one play designed to utilize that speed in the whole game. It's like Georgia, historically, has avoided using the talent they have. And they defend that with something called the Georgia offense. What are they thinking? You had a guy like Lindsey Scott, and you used him for one play, and then some miracle play, and Larry Munson put it into lore. But had that play been used maybe 12 times, the idea of getting Lindsey Scott the ball out in space, if that was contemplated a few times, Georgia would have won that game by 30 points. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why it's been that way, but it is a Georgia tradition. So 21 and 22 is the only 2 years in their history that they actually basically did what they could the whole game. Went out in front early, and basically the games were never really a challenge. So watch this year how Georgia behaves in the first half. That is the primary difference between what Georgia accomplished with Todd Monken and what they have not accomplished with the next guy. I won't even say his name because some people just don't understand how to deal with that name. You mention that offensive coordinator's name and people defend him. It's a political thing, not a football thing. You can't defend not scoring in the first half. And for the last 2 years, Georgia has been very deficient in scoring in the first half. They're going to make a move this year. They can't afford to get behind the teams like Auburn, who might be actually dangerous. They can't afford to get behind the teams like Florida, who might actually have Lagway and be a dangerous opponent. And you dolly around for the first half, you might already be out of the game. And that's basically the basis for most of my negativity, is I don't see that changing. So pay attention to that one aspect, and hopefully we'll see Georgia become more aggressive and try to score. But to be honest with you, with all the new players, it's going to probably be more of the same.
Big for Rattler. He drops back deep, throws in. He's picked off at the far sideline at the 15-yard line, starts to the 50, to the 45, and knocked out of bounds. Bennett's going to pull it down and run. Breaks outside towards the goal line, reaches for the pylon. They just push him into the end zone. Touchdown, Kendall Milton.
We talked about, not treading water when we come in here. We're coming in here to be the attacker and to hunt and not be hunted. And I thought our kids bought into that.
Quick toss to Bowers. He's fighting in the corner. They say touchdown right on the left edge of the end zone. The number one ranked Bulldogs, the defending national champions, come in and spank the Gamecocks handily, 48-7.
But is there more to it than just a culture? Is there more to Georgia's reluctance to be explosive and dominating on the scoreboard? It's been going on since they've been playing football. They've chosen a certain style. But is that just a choice? Or is that style something that's required for what they're really trying to do at Georgia and maybe at every college? Think about it. Every team has its tradition. Alabama, championships. Georgia tradition is gritty, tough, winning by the skin of their toenails, saving themselves, and grinding the clock. All the while with talented playmakers every year, and oftentimes we never even know their names.
It can absolutely be a dogfight today.
And a change of direction, but he lost the football. Tigers fall on the logo. To the outside, wide open. Touchdown, Tigers. Tyler Stevens. Another Georgia mistake, and the Tigers scoop it up.
At halftime, nobody blinked, nobody questioned. It was the most together I've ever seen our team, and the theme this entire week was do it for your brother and do it for each other, and I thought they hung tight and did that.
There's no question that Kirby Smart had the template to win titles. He showed the whole world how it was done. And it was clear that a whole lot of it was on Kirby Smart himself. He gets a lot of credit for that championship, although it did have miraculous components. But he puts that together to an extent every season. But the last 2 years, the fruit has become small and bitter. This year, Georgia will have to make a statement. They can't afford to keep slipping. And if they slip once again back into the old method of Georgia football, needing Larry Munson to beg them to win at the last minute, you don't get championships playing football like that.